making sure to take care of yourself, all those things. Big arm circle. Let's get us warmed up quick so we can get going. And I'll make sure to provide as many options as possible here. My body, just checking in with it. I can still feel my hamstring. It's not going away. But it's not getting worse, I don't think. So that's good. Just really big arm circles, you guys. When you're doing these arm circles, you really want to feel almost like a burning in that shoulder. It doesn't have to be fast, but you want to feel that rotation so that it builds the synovial fluid, warms up that synovial fluid. That helps prepare that joint, and shoulders tend to need a lot of that. We don't do this every day, right? So, all right, tuck your chin, round yourself over, roll yourself down, pedal your knees at the bottom, just shake your head yes and no. Just kind of like a good morning stretch where you're waking up everything. Bent over here. Squeeze your head with your elbows by interlacing your fingers behind your head. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Open up through the chest. Reach those hands open. Take your head, do it again. Tuck, round. Okay, so just ironing out all the joints down the spine. Pedaling those knees at the bottom, shaking your head yes and no. Squeezing again if you like. Slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Taking it to a squat and coming up. If you can, coming up onto those toes. So we actually have a fair bit of squats, I feel, in this one. I can't even remember. Coming up onto those toes. When you come up, almost feel like you're jumping, but you're just coming to your toes. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go wide with those toes. Sit back, getting a little deeper, feeling that opening through the hips, sitting back, toes pointing out. I have Lucy. She's a funny dog. I don't think she likes it when Desi's in the cage up in the main room, because when she cries, she feels bad. So I'm not really sure, but I think that's why she's with me. 2 more. Getting those legs warm. Come to the top of your mat. We're going to step back into a lunge. So step back with your right foot. Really long lunge. Square off your hips. Reach your hands up and do a lunge here. You're going to do 5, 4. Reach those hands up. 3, 2, and 1. From there, stay in this position. Bring that back foot so that it's flat on the ground. Square your hips off. Notice if your feet are on a tightrope or a train track. Put them so they're on a train track. You're going to stretch that hamstring out. You're going to bend at the hip joint, squaring off those hips, coming down if you can with those hands. Maybe tippy fingers, probably not. For a lot of you, it's on your shin. See if you can, but be careful. Maybe bend the front knee. It's just a really deep, this is a runner's stretch. Good, gently coming up. Switch to the other leg. Take it back into that lunge. Reach the hands out to the side this time. Go down into that lunge for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that back foot closer, so you have maybe a foot and a half between your heel and your foot. Shift your hips, don't round, stick your bum away from you, almost like that deadlift feeling, and then feel that stretch down the back of the hamstring, squaring off those hips. Good, coming up with a proud chest, step your feet together, take a big inhale, take an exhale, fold yourself forward. We're stepping back into your plank here, so step back into your plank. Find that plank position. You're going to bring it into your mountain climbers for 8, 7, warming up the core. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to come down onto your elbows. Tap your knees 8 times. 8. Quick warm up, guys. This workout's long, so we got to do this quick. 6. Tuck it in. 5, 4. Building heat in the body. 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Going to some more core. I want to see if you can rotate to your side plank on your elbow. See if you can lift up and down here for 8. Don't go all the way down. 7. Little pulses. 6, 5. You can do this with your knee on the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back through center, do the other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back through center, find that elbow plank again. Push through your heels and let's hold your heels. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Suck your belly button. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can push up to your hands from here. Push back to downward dog. Pedal those heels. Sit bones high to the sky. We're doing our leg stretches here. Open up through that hip. Swing through to that lunge. Drop your back knee. Gentle twist. Open the chest. Okay, so when we're doing this, we're bending through hip, knee, ankle, and going back and forth. So doing this as many times as you need to here, warming up through all those joints. Let's go one more time. Good. Come back through center. See if you can pick up your back knee and go back to plank. Push back through downward dog. Lift up the other side. Swing it through. Drop your back knee. Rotate open. And fold. And open. And fold. Good. One more. Big open. Feeling those stretches. Pick up that back knee. Come back onto all fours. Cat-cow. Now we're warming up that spine even more. Rounding and tucking. Moving through all these joints. Okay, this is not a waste of time, this warm-up, you guys. This is going to help us be better in our workout. It's going to prevent injury. Side stretch here, bum to the left, hands to the right. Big inhale and exhale. Feeling a big stretching through the side ribs, the back of the shoulder. Inhale, back of the arm, exhale. Fingertips towards your knees, just stretching out those forearms. Leaning back. Should feel, if you've got tight forearms, you're really going to feel that. If you're on the typewriter, you're gripping, or you sleep funny. Palms up, make a fist, and push down into the ground. Come back onto all fours, push back to downward dog. Bend your knees into what's called, it's a version of puppy. Shoot yourself forward, drop to your knees, give me a tricep push-up. Come back, find your puppy. Shoot forward to plank. You can stay on your feet or drop your knees. Give me a tricep push-up. We're going to do 4 more. Shoot forward, plank. 3. Well, that's 4. We'll call that 4. 3 more here. Shoot forward. 3. Again, bending joints. 2. Warming them up. And 1. Come back to downward dog. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Let your head and neck go. Shake it out. Quick IT bend stretch. So bending one leg and straightening and twisting towards that straight leg side. Let your head and neck go, guys. Exhale it out. Slow roll up, 1 vertebrae at a time. All right. I want to make sure, you guys, that we're not having any trouble with the Wi-Fi. So I think my phone is on a different, okay. If nobody's talking to me, then we're good. Okay. I forgot to check that one thing. So if we're fine, I'm not touching it. No touching anything that's working. All right, burpee, squat, curl. That's your first buy-in. So I'm gonna grab 15s. This doesn't have to be super heavy. If you don't want the burpee portion of this, you're gonna squat to curl. So these are your choices. I haven't set my timer yet, by the way, so I need to do that. You're gonna squat to curl, or you're gonna go here, and you're gonna come up and curl. Don't press above the head. Sorry, I forgot to do this. All right, anything else you need to stretch out? Maybe quads. Here it comes. Sorry, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 exercises per block. Actually 5. because we have two sides. I'm gonna go a bit longer today with 45 minutes. 45 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll see. It just makes the workout closer to 30 minutes of intensity, okay? Getting ready, we're gonna start off with the burpee to curl or the squat to curl. 45 seconds worth. 3, 2, and 1. So bending down into a squat, pushing back to plank, that's all you're doing, coming back and curling up. So you might want those heavier weights. Maybe this warm-up set you don't. You're gonna get 2 opportunities to do each of the exercises. Squeeze. Squeeze it up. When you squat down here, you wanna think of a squat. So squat. See how long you can keep that back nice and long, and then jump those legs back. Otherwise, it's squat to curl. 2, and 1. All right, we're going to hop over our mat. So here comes some more cardio. The cardio today it's not crazy, it's just long. So 45 seconds here. I want you to travel up and down your mat. Heart rate's gonna go up. Arm circles if you can. If you want more of a challenge, it's a 2-foot jump. So ski. You decide. Maybe you're gonna try a few on. Use those arms. All this can be done without jumping too, you guys. Remember that. Okay, low impact is always there for you. 2, and 1. All right, we're right leg lunging. If you have your step nearby or your bench and you want to step up instead of lunge, you can. So you're either stepping up, okay, or you're lunging back. You can also be here. I think you guys can see me, yeah? So a lunge combined. You pick, the floor is perfectly fine. You've got 45 seconds of a single leg lunge. So Wednesday was a little bit arm focused. So today's a little more leg focused. Bringing that knee up, you guys, you're trying to use your core. We're just gonna switch right to the other side. Shoulders down and back, light grip with the weights. 2, 1. Okay, so I'm light because of my leg, but you guys can go heavy here. Keep that form, shoulders over top of those hips. Form is the most important. Two, 1. Come down to the floor with me, you guys. We have 1 push-up, chest push-up, 2 mountain climbers. If you want, the chest push-ups can be 2. So from knees or feet, 1 or 2 push-ups, 2 mountain climbers. Again, please go to your knees. When the form feels like it's failing, you need to regress the movement. Breathe. Breathe. Good job. Give me a quick stretch here in child's pose. I'm pausing us. All right, so that's the format. We're going again, we're gonna do those same exact exercises. So, grab heavier weight. If you're like, that was fine, I can do this heavier. I will grab 20s for the burpees. But here's the thing, this is a weighted squat down and up. So you've got to make sure that spine is in line as much as possible. Going in 7 seconds. Feeling warm. 3, 2, 1. Go. If the burpee isn't good, you're going to squat and curl. You could walk the burpee. So you could go down, walk it, walk it. It's a good exercise. It's very functional, actually. So imagine you were on the ground and you needed to get up quick. You guys, that's why there's burpees, just so you know. Probably invented by the military some way to get up off the ground, right? That's why we do them. Hopping over. Again, cardio is added. You don't have to do it. This is just going to keep our heart rate at that higher level through the whole workout. Go. Getting us to a different threshold as we continue. Let's go. Use those arms. Travel up and down. It is long. This is almost like, if you were to think of it, if you're on a treadmill, this is your recovery jog. Still hard, because you're jogging. Lunges. Okay, I think I'll stay on the floor, but feel free to step up and down. Pick a side to start. Down and up, knee up if you want it. Now, if you want more glute activation, go a little closer with that back foot, bend over here. Okay, so I won't step back as far. I'm not going to continue with it just because of my leg, but if you want it, do it. Woo! Weights down if you need it. Stretch anything you need. Shake it out. Get ready for the other side. Go. Now, if you're just lifting your leg without thinking about it, think of a little bit of a crunch at the top with your core. Takes lots of balance on that standing leg. Good job. Keep it going. 2 and 1. Push up to mountain climber. Pick 2 or 1 push-ups. Pick from knees or your feet. Ready? Let's go. Two push-ups, chest push-ups, so hands are wider, knees come to the center, or you can try this, guys, bringing your knees towards your outside elbows, so a little wider without mountain climber. Find what you need. Quick child's pose maybe. Maybe a side stretch here. We're moving on to all new exercises. All right, first one is a squat. It's a goblet squat. Okay, so there's different names. Sumo squat just means it's like a goblet squat, but wider. The goblet squat is a little bit more narrow, but still your toes are turned out slightly. We call it goblet because you're holding one weight in the center. So grab your heaviest that you can. Think about what you would hold maybe beside you or on top of your shoulders. Okay, and then double it. If you have those big heavy weights, you want to be grabbing them here. Okay, we're going to go down slow, up slow. We've got 45 seconds, 2 down, 2 up. The hardest part is holding it sometimes because it's so heavy. So I have, unfortunately, I need to go get 30s because I'm jumping to 35s. I'm going to hold a 25 here. So heels are about shoulder distance. Toes are slightly out. I want you to really think of going down, back, and low. Do not round your spine at all. You want to make sure, if you can see yourself, I'm looking at myself in a mirror, that my bum does not dip down or tuck down at the bottom. It stays pointed out, so my spine is staying neutral. Slow and slow. Coming up, you guys, we have some harder transitions. We have snatches on the right, snatches on the left, and then some more cardio. Okay, it's your snatch. Reminders, one hand here, powering it up. So it's another squat. You're squatting at the bottom, time is on. We're going. It's like you're taking your shirt off. The weight should feel like it's floating. Now you'll notice I let go of the weight. You do not have to, especially if it feels too low. So you might be here, drive. Okay? I want you to think of the work starting from the bottom with those powerful legs. The arm is very secondary. It's like you're taking your shirt off and throwing it away. The weight stays close to you. Guys, the snatch is one of the hardest technique things to do because we do all this weird stuff with the body. So make sure if pointing it up is too hard, just come to here. Other side, squat low, drive. I'll show you that version. So maybe it's a squat to an upright row to start like this. What you do here is you add some power. So more speed. Strength plus speed equals power. Go. Abs in. We have cardio. I'm going to show it to you. It's side punch. You can do it without the jumping. You can make it as little or as big as you want. Let's go. It's 45 seconds. Punch across. If you want to get low into the legs and jump up a little bit more, get down and up. Maybe you want to stay low the whole time. Maybe you're here. Go. Maybe you want to go faster. Sprint it out. Core on your elbows. Come down onto your elbows and your knees to start. Maybe a quick child's pose. See if you can come up to those feet. I want you to tap it out to the side. So just listen to my cues. You're gonna tap 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap your knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap your feet. 4, 3. You can jack these 2, 1. I'll show you the next one. So you can tap 2, jack 2. Okay? Tap 2, jack or tap it out, just stepping. So I've changed the taps to 2, tap for 4 to finish. 3, 2, 1. Take a big rest. Grab water. Do what stretches you need. All right, guys, now you know. Pick up that heavy dumbbell for goblet. This time, for goblet, I want you to go slow on the way down, power it on the way up. Similar to that snatch. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So slow, power. Slow, power. It's about 3, 2, 1, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow. All right, snatch. I'm gonna go up in my snatch weight. Getting ready here. I'm gonna start on the opposite side that I did last time. 3, 2, 1. So elbow leads. Legs are the power. If the weight feels like it's too heavy and you're strong arming it too much, I want you to go down and think of legs. Ready when you can on the other side. If you need a little longer, take it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drive all the way, guys. 5 seconds. Whew. This block is very cardio heavy. Side punch. So if you're not ready, just move and then get yourself into it. Best you can. We will rest a little longer after that core, so we're nice and fresh for our last set of exercises. Let's go. Come on, get into it, push hard, go faster, get low. You got more in there than you think. Punch across. Two, 1. Hit the ground. Come to your knees and elbows. Maybe a quick child's pose. Let's do 2 and 2. So, jack or tap, knee tap. So tap it out, puff up. Essentially, guys, you're holding a plank for 45 seconds. Suck your belly button in. Breathe. Exhale. You will feel this in your quads. When you bend your knees and straighten them like this and push, you're trying to contract them, okay? They are part of your core. All of it is. Go, hold, hold, hold. You got this. All right, let's rest. Any stretches you need, I'm gonna give you a little longer. Big side stretch. I'll tell you what's coming. So, we have what's called a suitcase squat, but we're gonna add the press. You don't have to add the press if you don't want to. I'm gonna show it to you. So as heavy as you can, because it's one side, and because we are gonna use power, it's a similar feeling to that snatch, just having our arms in a different position and our feet in a different position. So you are either going to do this, okay, with one really heavy weight beside you, or you're gonna do this. I would say if you're only gonna do the squat because you don't wanna press your head above your head, I would do a curl to add, okay? Because we have coming up some things. Oh, I forgot something. Darn it. Okay, we're gonna have to add some extra stuff in this one. That's okay. Ready? I totally missed something. 3, 2, 1. So pick a side where you're going to try this. So it's a little more shoulder and a little more tricep and a lot of core. So feet are narrow squat to press. Sitting down back into those heels, drive up as fast as you can with a power press. We have two sides. Yes, I missed something. That's why we feel so cardio heavy right now. That's okay. We'll get it in. This one will be a little longer. 2 and 1. Okay, so for reference, guys, I have a 20. Core is very important in this stuff. 2, 1. Make sure I'm not gonna hit the ceiling. Sit back. So the goal is, guys, to try to keep, it's really hard if you think about it, to keep equal weight on those feet. You're gonna tend to push into one side more than the other. Push into the ground with both feet. Power it up. Okay, so here comes our cardio, but what we're gonna do, and I have just skipping, high knees, or high knee bum kick combo. So come with me. You come up and down, and I know this isn't great for people who have incontinence, so be careful. If there's something better you like a speed skater, you can do it, okay? I just was trying to make the cardio not super intense for the legs. You decide what you want. I'm doing about 4 to 8 kicks in front and behind, or knee ups. It's basically jogging on the spot. If you can, try to push into the floor with the knee ups and try to kick your bum. I'm just showing you from the side. It's hard to do that. You're firing your hamstrings. Okay, pause. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is 2 weights because we missed one. So if you have a TRX, You're gonna pull here for 45 seconds. If you don't, you're gonna have some nice light weights and you're gonna do either a fly or a row or a combination, 1 and 1. For the first set, I'll do this one with you, and then I'm gonna go to my T-Rex because I love it. I'm going to grab 12s. Because the fly, you need to go leg. So you could do 1 and 1, and if your back does not like this, just come up in between. Lots of options, you guys, do you. Keep that long spine. So as soon as you start feeling it in that low back, which you will, okay, come up, give it a break. Okay, we're going into deadlift high row. So grabbing, I'm gonna grab 20s. High row, you can go quite heavy. So double leg, you're gonna do that bent over position here, and you're gonna lift up here. Okay, so try to lift up first with the weights. You might have to go down. If it's too much for those shoulders, the idea is the elbows are gonna lift higher than those shoulders. Your shoulders aren't gonna come up. Here we go. If you don't like those high rows, you just do the deadlifts. Here we go. Control of both. All right, guys, the cardio can be, the car can be your cardio, or it doesn't have to be, okay? So I want you to come onto your hands. You're gonna do jack out, pop up, okay? If it's not good, you can walk the up or stay in the jacks, and instead of coming up, give me some mountain climbers. So jack it out, pop it up if you want. Plank jack to pop jack. A little bit of cardio at the end here. Or mountains. Go, go, go. You could even run those mountain climbers. Getting to your edge, guys. All right, quick pause, grab water. I should have known by my timer not being on schedule when I missed something. It's okay. Ground to press, both sides. Okay, so I'm going to give you something a little different if you want it. Because we're focused a lot today on our squats. If you want to make this more single leg, you can. Okay, so tippy toe on the other side of where the weight is. 7 seconds, or both feet. Here. So this time we are putting more weight on this foot. So a little more single leg action, glute action. Drive. All the way, guys. 2, and 1. Ready for the other side. Woo! Same thing you did on the other side. Power press. Sitting back into those glutes, guys, making sure you're protecting those knees. Breathe. Power it up, let's go. Thank goodness. Skipping on the spot, if you had a rope, that would work. You can be down here. You can be speed skatering. That's not a word. So bum kicks, you guys, if you want to stay here, they are good, because how often do you do this? Firing those hamstrings as you run. Lean forward. So when I was in track and field, those of you who have kids in track and field, we had to do this all the time. Activate those glutes and hamstrings for those sprints. All right, rows and deadlifts. TRX, if you have it. Flies, bent over fly to row, or just bent over fly. Go. Be strong and breathe, guys. Balancing the workout out always with some pulls and pushes. So I don't know if you probably aren't even aware that I'm doing that. But as a trainer, you have to balance it out. Back body, front body, pushes and pulls. Here we go. Deadlift, high row. Light grip with those weights, feet hip distance. So it's gonna tell me I'm over. Yeah, restart. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Deadlift. High row if you want it. If you don't want it, you can just stick with these deadlifts. You decide. The high rows, you guys, are a little bit more of your traps. Okay, so it can create lots of neck tension, so just be careful. You can also do a curl. All right. Your core plus cardio on the ground, you can make it as intense or as light as possible here. Plank jack to pop jack. 2 or 1 at the back, 1 to the top. If you want, you can run some mountain climbers with that jack. Probably 2 and 4 is the count on that. Go, 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 right to the end, guys. This is it. For this stuff, we're gonna do some glutes to finish. Hi, Luce. Oh. Good thing the bell went. All right, grab water. Good job, you guys. Excellent work. So it is now 10:17. That did run long. Very, very quickly. If you have a band, a mini band, grab it. If you don't have them, I know where you can get them. So Zaya sells them. If you need the link to how to get them, they're super cheap. You can buy them also, I think I get them. I've gotten them everywhere. When I'm on vacation, if I forget, I'll go to like Target or Walmart or Ross or Winners. You can get them there. All right, quickly to cool down. You don't have to have the band, but it's helpful for the resistance. So something medium-ish, feet hip distance, toes slightly turn in, heels slightly out. You're gonna be dragging this foot, okay? So it's the tiniest little steps, and you're trying to keep your feet in that position you started with the whole time. Don't turn your toes out. So I'm on a leg band just because of this thing going on with me, but it doesn't take much to feel this. You can also feel it without the band. The band helps the resistance so that you're dragging this other foot. Go. We're gonna do 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 this way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, one more time. 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 8 singles. 8, 7, 6, 5. Little tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. You should have felt that. Keep the band on if you want it. We're just going to go into some glute bridges, but pull the band up above your knees towards your thighs. So if you have your Bosu, I'm just going to use this step because it's out. Anywhere, a couch, an ottoman. It could be as high as a bench or chair. Bench is probably better, depending on how high the bench is. Fairly close. Make sure you get into a position into your bridge that feels comfortable for your spine, and you're making sure your shoulders are not scrunched up as well. So you're going to push through your heels, either on the floor or whatever surface you have. You're going to squeeze your glutes. You're going to open it out to the side, come halfway down. So peel those shoulders away from the ears. We're going to go up and open up 2 times. Squeeze it open. I want you to squeeze your bum cheeks together at the top like crazy, and then open the band for 2 at the top. Halfway down. Squeeze. Squeeze. Up. Little glute burn to finish us off. Squeeze. Find those glute muscles. Okay, often we have trouble activating them, okay? Depending on if we're sitting all day long, you guys, and sleeping on our side, just think those glutes are not activated at all. They're stretched all night long, all day long seated. So you want to get those glutes activated as much as you can. 2 more. Good. 1 more. The trick is trying to activate them before the hamstrings. That's very challenging. Okay. Band off, single leg. If you'd like, cross one leg over. Okay, so you can really focus here instead of the hip flexor firing when this leg is up. Okay. Hi, Lucy. Do you want me? So up and down, we're going to start counting here. Total of 12. I'm going to count 10. 9. Abs are in, pushing through that leg. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. She's in this group. Up and down for 12. I'm going to start counting 10 more here. Squeeze it up. 10. 9. 8. Push through your foot. 7. 6. Breathe. 5. 4. 3, 2, and 1. You are done, you guys. That was a long workout. We have just a few minutes, but I'm going to stay and stretch here as long as you're willing to stay with me. Take your shoes and socks off. Staying on your spine. I want you to go into a happy baby. Oh, now she's texting me. Usually when she calls me and texts me, it's usually something she thinks is urgent. Hopefully it's not bad news. Okay. Happy baby here. If you want, you can try a single happy baby. So you're going to plant one leg down and put your knee into, you're being careful here because you just worked these muscles. Release that and do the same thing on the other side. Bring your feet as wide as the mat and windshield wiper your knees in, just going back and forth. Okay, before we glute stretch, we need to open up the hip a little bit more. So rotate over onto your side, push into this sideline quad or into this modified hurdler, only if it's okay on your knee. And notice I'm shifting myself over in line so that I can feel that stretch. And I want you to breathe and try to relax. Deep breaths here. Flip to the other side. That was fun, guys. Full body. Reminders. I did send an email. If you did not get the email, tell me. Some of you, there might be one person that might not be tagged properly, and if she's on here, maybe she can tell me, and if she got it, Heather Hurstwood. And the other reminders that I'm away. So in the email I put 4 workouts, but you guys know that there's workouts here. If you can try to keep them Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays the same format in the row, it will be programmed for you. If you're hopping all over the place from Monday to Monday, it might feel like you're doubling up because often we do some of the same exercises, right, on Mondays. And then if you did Monday on Monday and then Monday on a Tuesday, it's not going to work. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm teaching Monday and Wednesday of this coming week. Then I'm gone all the way, and I'll just put it again in this group as a post so I'm not blabbering on. Sitting up tall, you can do a seated glute stretch here, or you can lie down if you prefer that figure 4 here. I don't want you switching sides just yet. I want you to try something. So either seated, you're going to stay seated. You're going to go over to the side and hug and continue to get that glute. And you can see I'm quite tight on this side today. So I might undo that bottom leg and give me a hug. Rotate towards and try to get those sit bones on the ground. What else? The podcast. You know what? I love that Lisa shared that podcast, you guys, because this stuff, there's so much psychology to making choices. And that podcast, that woman that wrote it, she's actually a Canadian. It's a book that she's being kind of interviewed on. Let's switch to the other side. I think she's from Halifax. And the girl that's interviewing her, I believe, is from Australia. And I think why it hits home, especially for people who are of our age, is that she puts it in layman's terms by the different choices you make and explaining to you when you're in survival mode and when you have like a survival brain or a caveman brain. And there's so many nuggets. It talks about what do you do, what decisions can you make, and how do you talk yourself through them because it's so easy to talk yourself out of them when your brain, she talks about your prefrontal cortex and all the science behind it, but it does make sense when you listen to it. And it might help you. And I'll tell you an example. When I was out walking yesterday, I did not want to go for a walk because of the weather. I was like, no. And the later and later it gets in the day, and we all know this happens, if you don't get that workout done, you're more likely not to do it. You're more likely to eat bad food later in the day. And she kind of explains why that is. And so you do need to, when I didn't want to go for that walk and I made myself, it did give me, it charged my battery. It recharged me, and then I actually made better decisions. So, and I think that's why when we work out, when we're in a routine of something, even if the workouts aren't necessarily moving the dial per se, it's usually the food, you are going to make better decisions with the food because you're recharging, or maybe you're not, you're recharging that battery. And you have to know what things are going to drain your battery and what things are going to recharge. You do need to recognize these things. So anyways, have a listen. I'm not going to do the whole podcast because I definitely am not a psychologist. Knees out to the side, a little bit of a turtle stretch here, just leaning forward. This one's good for low back, hips, inner thighs, letting yourself hang with your neck and head. On your walk today, have a listen, or just if you're cleaning your house today, stick your AirPods. I don't know if you guys do that. I wear my AirPods in the house and listen to podcasts all the time. It's the most fantastic way to consume knowledge. Inner thighs coming forward here. Shake out those legs and just making sure you're hinging at the hip. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it if you have any, but I know Lisa, thank you for sharing it with us, because it's, there's a million great podcasts out there. If you have an episode of something that you absolutely love and it makes sense for you, I even want to listen to this podcast again because I think it's really cool. Yeah. And it's hard, right? Sometimes we can't do this. We can't do it all by ourselves. She talks about that. Hamstring stretches here. You guys come up onto your knee and just slide your hip back and lean forward. If you want, you can come all the way down here, reaching across. Coming forward and go into that lunge stretch. Take that back knee away. Try to square off those hips. Maybe rotate towards that front knee and push into this front leg. Do what feels good in this position, you guys. There's a million variations to this lunge stretch. Push back through downward dog. Come back to the lunge, but let's go right into that hamstring on the other side. So if it's a time in your life where you're really feeling drained all the time, you're not going to be making good choices. It's almost impossible to ignore. It makes it very challenging because you're pushing against willpower. And you guys, that's extremely difficult. It's almost impossible to do. Okay, so just know that is normal. You're like every other human being. It's very difficult when you are feeling tired and drained to make good choices. Okay, and she talks about that. She talks about which part of your brain is working during those times. Okay, she talks about it with regards to parenting, which is good. So many things. It could be work-related decisions that you're making in your job, productivity. Head and neck coming to your knees, tucking your toes, sitting on. We know there's mindset, you guys. And we know it's hard. If it were easy, everyone would be skinny and ripped and have it's not easy. Other side. But you need to do sometimes you do need to do some mindfulness work. You do need to dig a little deeper. You can't just make a decision and just think it's going to happen for you. There's other life factors. Come forward. Go upside down. Put your feet really, really wide in a wide-legged forward fold. Reach towards your right foot, the outside of your ankle, shin, or foot, and bend your left knee. So big side stretch, inner thigh, hamstring. Same thing on the other side. Reach. Lucy's giving me the dirtiest look for some reason. I don't know what's going on. She's bothered by something. Slowly bring everything together. Slowly roll up. If you've got time, you guys, foam roll on those legs. Go for a walk in the beautiful sunshine here in Calgary. Questions, concerns, comments, let me know. I will see you guys Monday and Wednesday. Bye.